Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to another episode in my community question series. We've made it to episode 26 now, and the question for today's video is going to be, do you enjoy the thrill of the hunt? Do you guys still enjoy hunting for video games out in the wild? Or maybe it's something you guys don't like doing anymore. Maybe you prefer just to shop online, because we do know how today's market is. But I would love to know your guys' answer to this question. You guys can answer the question as a comment, or you can film a video response, or you can do both, because I will be holding a contest at the end of this question series. For everybody who participates in it by answering these various questions, you will get entries into the contest. If you leave a video response, you'll get an entry. If you do a comment, you'll get an entry. If you do both, you'll get 2 entries. So if you answer all the questions, you will have a chance to earn 52 entries in there, because I have 26 videos. So if you do a comment and a video response for each video, that'll give you 52 entries for that contest. I do ask if you guys film a video response, just let me know about it so I can check it out. I'm not always alerted by YouTube when somebody uploads a video, and I would hate to miss them. And then I can also leave a link to your video response as a comment. In the past, I asked people to leave it, but YouTube's stupid and they just delete people's comments. You know, it's something that's really annoyed me about YouTube, but they delete comments without my knowledge. I'll go to try to respond to them, and they're gone because whatever the YouTube's guidelines and stuff, they remove it for whatever their bots get rid of stuff. It really pisses me off. I feel as a content creator, I should be the one to determine what the comments should be staying or not, but that's YouTube for you. They're fucking idiots, but it is what it is. So if you do film the video response, just let me know about it. Alright guys, so I'm going to answer the question about, do I enjoy the thrill of the hunt? I definitely do, and I have enjoyed it for years, as I've been going out game hunting a lot. Ever since I was a kid, I've been going out, but I've been really going into it hardcore within the last, let's see, I'd probably say since about 2004, started really getting into going out game hunting and stuff. And I've really been doing a lot in the last couple of years, thanks to my good buddy Todd. Him and I do like going out to thrift stores and the local game stores here, and half-price books and other places to find video games, because you just don't know what you're gonna find, and I just love that thrill. I have not been to any yard sales or garage sales in a long time. I've also not been to our local flea market in several years, but that's something I enjoyed hunting for as well. Now, I know some people have just gotten really turned off with game hunting because the prices, you know, the game stores and everyone and their brother looks up the prices on their phone, and they want eBay or higher prices. And I agree with you there. I think that sucks, and you have to pass on those games. And so I know sometimes it can just be tough for people. Also, sometimes people don't have like a good area, like they don't have any good local retro game stores. They literally have GameStop, or they have nothing at all, and they have to fight with all the local resellers in the market, everybody fighting to get the goods at like yard sales and stuff. And so it can be a challenge to find games and find good deals out there, but they're still out there if you take the time to look and have patience and stuff, and just have a realistic expectation of what you're going to find. You know, you're just not going to go out every day and find gold. And sometimes, you know, people kind of get that misunderstanding with the videos they see of, especially some of like the popular YouTubers out there and their game hunting videos, and like, oh, they strike gold every freaking time they go out. They're always coming back with all those, you know, it's just not how it is in reality. You have to be looking a lot. The videos are edited, you know, they're not showing you all the misses at a yard sale. You might go to 50 of them and one of them has gains, but they're not showing you the other 49 they missed at. They're just showing you the one they got strike gold at. And then sometimes some people do lie too in their videos and make up stories about finding stuff, which I think is stupid. But there's some people, just their egos, they just try to one-up people. I'm just here for fun, so my videos, I'm not gonna lie in them about stuff. I tell you guys when I find them, that's the real price I pay. Don't make up stories or anything, but do have people who do that as well. But I just like going out because you don't know what you're gonna find, and you can still find deals, which I've talked about this in other videos. Like, just this year, I found Donkey Kong Country 3 and a bunch of other Super Nintendo games for $5 at a village thrift store here in my area, and I rarely ever find stuff like this. And here I was out in the thrift store and I found some really awesome Super Nintendo games like this Donkey Kong Country 3, because this goes for 50, $60 at the local game stores right now, and I got it for only $5. So you can still find deals out there. You just never know what you're gonna find, and that's where the fun of the hunt comes in and the thrill of it, because you don't know what you're gonna find out there. And with this whole thing though too, you don't want it to consume you. You don't want to be, using up a ton of your money and gas and stuff, because there are hidden costs to it, and I talked about that in one of my consoles games collecting discussion series about it. You have to watch out for that as well. You have to have balance in life. Make sure you don't do too much of something. So like, I like going game hunting, at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. But do you need to go out 7 days a week? No, that's getting a little too much. But if you have it in the right moderation and you control your spending and just don't buy everything under the sun and be patient, you can find some really good deals. I find some good deals at my local game store still. Even though they have some stuff that's priced really high, they sometimes underprice stuff. Like I got back here is my Steel Battalion controller that had everything but the game. $150 was an absolute steal, because that thing goes for $700 to $800, and the game goes for $100 alone on its own. Amazing. Never thought I'd ever find a deal like that at a game store, but I did. And there's some other games that I have found for PlayStation 1 and stuff that were priced really cheaply, and when I got home didn't realize that they were super expensive games. So you can still find deals even at game stores out there. You just don't know. It just really depends on where you're at and what you can find. Sometimes too you can find some good deals at yard sales and flea markets and stuff, but of course you have a lot of competition. And I've seen some videos where people are at a yard sale and there's literally like 10 guys standing there, and someone brings out a box of games. Some people just all flood and they're running there and they're fighting over them. I'm not going to get into that. Like, that's just silliness and crazy for me. I'm not going to be getting in there and fighting with people over video games. Have two guys. I've really seen a video where like yanking Super Nintendo games out of each other's hands, and I've seen videos where people are like, they got there before this other guy, and that person's bad mouthing him to the seller, like, oh yeah, this guy's a fucking asshole, man. He's just gonna sell your stuff. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Oh, I want to buy that too. And some people when you see them getting angry and upset and mad because they couldn't get the game and they missed out on the deal. I mean, it sucks. You got there a few minutes late and you missed out on a fantastic deal. But it's not something to get upset for and be mad at that other person and want to fight him or something. Just craziness. I've seen that. It's supposed to be a fun hobby. Don't let it consume you where you get angry or upset or anything about it. But I just have fun with it, and then I have my realistic expectations. I go out not expecting to find a whole lot, but occasionally you find a gem. So you might go 9 times out of 10 find nothing, but that 10th time you do find something good. And I just like finding unique stuff. Like I found a lot of these collectibles, like this little Mario, which actually I gotta fix his little there we go, his little overall there. But I found this at a village thrift store. I found this at a thrift store. That's at a thrift store. That Mario at a thrift store. These were gifts from my brother. That was from the game store. Little collectibles and stuff. You just never know what you're gonna find. And I do find a lot of video game themed stuff. I also find a lot of movies. I just don't ever show those on this channel. I know some people said I should show them, which I may show a few here and there, but I do collect a lot of movies, and I find those cheap at thrift stores and stuff as well, because even DVDs and Blu-rays now are going for a lot of money. So there's some cool stuff you can find, collectibles and stuff, besides just video games, if you're into that. A lot of times they are priced pretty cheap at like thrift stores and stuff. It's not something they usually, at least here, they don't try to make a big buck for, as like Mario plushes and stuff. They're going for like $5 or $10, when they normally go for about $10 to $20 or $30 at game stores and your Targets and Walmarts and stuff. So there are some other things you can find out there while you're hunting for games, but I do love the thrill because you just never know what you're going to find. It's even fun sometimes to go online and look for stuff when you're trying to find a certain game, because you have a world to shop from. You can buy stuff from other countries as well. You have a huge market of sellers and stuff of things to find. But personally, I find it more fun to be in person searching, because you just never know. That's why I like going to my game stores, because they constantly have new stock, and there's a variety of their locations here that I visit. Sometimes they're even an hour away or more, and you just never know what you're going to find that day. You just happen to walk in and boom, you walked into a great deal. You know, I found a lot of strategy guides here locally, but I understand that some people just don't have what I have. I had other people tell me like, man, dude, I wish I lived in your area. My area fucking sucks. It's drier than the Sahara Desert here. There's literally nothing. There's one guy owns a little mom and pop store. He's overpriced and he has nothing there. And I barely find a game once a year. And I feel bad for people like that. Like, I definitely know I'm blessed to have such an amazing area, and I've been able to help my buddy Dean out with his game collection, because he just wasn't able to find the deals that I was finding, and he still has trouble finding some games even in his new city that he lives in. Only has like one main game store. I think he found another one, but it can be tough because the area is just not really big on gamers and stuff. So if you don't have a big gaming population, you're not going to have a big supply of stuff. Where here, we have everyone and their brothers into gaming, and so they're constantly selling and buying and trading and all that stuff. So that's why my game store is able to get stuff. Plus, they have a giant warehouse. They've got over 40 stores. They're in 4 different states, and because of that, they can move stock around. Like if this store has too many copies of Halo, they can send it to other stores. This one's got too many Donkey Kongs, they can send it to other Donkey Kongs. I also love the ability that they can order stuff from their database. If they have it at another store, you just have to pay a couple dollars and they'll ship it to your home store where you're at, and then they'll call you when it comes in, and it takes about a week. So it's really fun. Like I said, you just don't know what you're going to find, and you can find deals on there. So I love the thrill, as it just gets you pumped and excited. It can be kind of difficult in 2022 now with the prices being so high, but if you're patient, you have realistic expectations, you just never know what you're going to find, and you can still find good deals out there. There are still deals to be had, and it's still fun for me. So I love the thrill of the hunt, and I still enjoy going game hunting. But I know some people have kind of got turned off to it, or they've got away from the whole collecting aspect, as maybe they've embraced more with emulation and stuff, and so for them, they just don't go out anymore and don't want to spend the time. But I'd love to know your guys' answer to this question. Do you guys enjoy the thrill of the hunt, or maybe it's something you're not really into doing anymore? Would love to know your guys' thoughts and your guys' answer to this question. You can answer the question with a comment or a video response, or you can do both and get 2 entries into that contest that we'll be holding at the end of this question series. If you do a video response I just asked, please let me know about it so I can go check it out, and then I will post a link to your video as a comment, and then other people can find it as well. I want to thank you guys for watching. Take care. You guys have an amazing day, and Sleepy will see you next time.